What's up, guys? Farooqi Brothers here, back with another video. And today for you guys, we're going to be talking about the latest rumors on Henry Cavill's current contract situation with Warner Brothers. So, as you guys all know, Henry Cavill has been strongly advocating to come back to play Superman for multiple years now. Ever since Justice League, honestly, he's been campaigning for it. It's a role that he wanted. And as you guys know, if you guys don't know, actually, I'll give you the very quick 101. But after Justice League, Warner Brothers was very much trying to move away from Zack Snyder's DC universe, his characters, his castings outside of Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot. But over the course of the next few years, we all know things have changed. A lot of things have changed, actually, in the 3 years since 2017. And I think the biggest one, the biggest domino, which we said on our podcast when this domino fell, was that the Snyder Cut was officially announced to be released, right? And once that happens, once you get that kind of huge project out there, the floodgates open up and you hear so many people are coming back for roles, whether it be Ezra Miller confirmed for The Flash, whether it be Ben Affleck coming back for Flash. So obviously the one big question mark is what the hell's going on with Superman, right? So the Cultured Nerd put out an exclusive, take it with a grain of salt, but they're saying that Henry Cavill has officially, signed on to be Superman, right? And I think it's worth covering, but it's worth kind of taking grains of salt with it, like I said, and kind of explain the situation. So we can go around the room, unless you want me to kind of start first. I can give my thoughts first and start right away. And in that case, my main takeaway on this is, first of all, if you guys know me, and I'm a huge Superman fan, I want to see Henry Cavill back as a character. So obviously when you see news like this, it's something they just naturally feel inclinated to be happy about. But it's always important as journalists to look into it, double verify with your sources, whatever the case might be. So if you want to hear what our people are saying in our ear, it's pretty consistent that Henry Cavill has been in negotiations to come back as Superman in various levels, whether it be as a cameo or obviously what he really prefers is his own film. But at the moment, the most things coming on his table were in cameo form, right? And Deadline, Variety, I think it was Deadline, put out the article saying that Superman and Henry Cavill, a lot of it's very much based on him being kind of Nick Fury role. And what does that mean? And we discussed that on a podcast, how we feel like that's kind of a disservice to the character. But then again, they're trying to bring Henry Cavill back into the situation. So these are all things to kind of think about. But right now, from what the latest things we've heard is that Henry Cavill is still in negotiations. It's possible that he already signed it. It's possible. So I'm not like kind of watering down the Cultured Nerd's report on it. But at the same time, I think it's worth kind of waiting on it, seeing what Danny Garcia says, seeing what the official trades say about it. So I think it's pretty interesting. But in general, when it comes to Superman coming back, what do you think about it, John? Like, what manner do you think they would bring Superman back into the DCEU?
Well, I think the big question is, will he be part of the main DCEU, or is his contract going to be tied into the future of what the Snyder Cut can bring? Because the success of the Snyder Cut can lead to more projects in Snyder's Justice League universe. So is Henry Cavill going to be part of that? Going to be a future HBO Max maybe series or something? Or will he actually be in the main title of Superman films to be part of this new DCEU? That's really a big question. In terms of story-wise, how they said like the Flash would be like a kind of like a restart to the DC universe, more in terms of them bridging everything together from the past and now the current, and what's going to happen in the future. So we're going to see that. Is he going to be, what manner his contract going to be? Is it going to be for just a series, or is it going to be for the movie? I think a lot of factors play into that. Obviously, like you said, he's in negotiations right now, and I think the Snyder coming out and him being shown one more time is obviously a big selling point to push himself forward as saying a Superman.
And Umar, for you, I'm thinking that, Superman, it's weird because the DCEU is still, even though it's gotten cleaner than before, it's still a little bit of flux because we don't know where Flash is taking this franchise. We don't know where Flashpoint is taking it. We know Ben Affleck is coming back for a cameo role, right? He's going to have a smaller role, but it's going to be significant according to director Andy Muschietti and his wife, Barbara Muschietti. And they said basically that, he's very important to this role. And we know that Ben Affleck actually sent his own kind of edits the script for his lines. So we know Affleck, he's all in on it, but for Superman, do you think his next role is going to be, for Henry Cavill rather, to be like Ben Affleck, where it's kind of a farewell song, a farewell movie, a farewell cameo? Or do you think the future of Superman is for Henry Cavill to be back for multiple solos?
I think it makes sense to actually do a hybrid. So have him come back in, like, for example, the Snyder Cut does well, and they want to green light stuff on that end. I think he can do multiple things at the same time. He loves the character so much that I don't think he would ever have a problem maybe doing like multiple projects where he might come back for a Justice League 2. He could show up in I know they want to use him for Shazam because the marketing for Shazam, The Rock's been like taking shots at him and stuff. So I know they're going to use him on that. And again, it goes back to the whole point that, look, Henry Cavill Superman is still surprisingly, even though they tried to murder him with the theatrical cut with Justice League, he still is the heart of the universe in a way. Like, he is still at the heart of everything. So, and I think that's where Superman belongs. Like, just in general as a character, like he has such a rich history that I think it would be a mistake to just kind of move on and move away from him. And then Henry Cavill keeps talking about a solo that he wants to do, and obviously we don't know that much on it, but you know, that's another project. And if the idea is good and it's kind of fitting within, like, even if it's not fitting, at this point you're already doing so many different projects, it could make sense to greenlight something that if he wants to do a solo where he where he just goes off on his own adventure, then that's fine as well. I think you can use him in different ways. I mean, they're already doing it with Batman as well. Like, Batman's being used. We have three Batman men, right? You have Keaton's Batman coming back. You have Ben Affleck's Batman in the same movie. And then you have Robert Pattinson doing his own thing. So you have so much. You're using Batman so much. You might as well do the same thing with Superman. And you're lucky because you only have one character.
Right. And then, when it comes to...
You got to go and recap.
Yeah, I think, and for Samir, for you, and I'm thinking Superman, we know that cameos are kind of the main offer that he was given from the studio at first. We don't know if something's changed. I have to check in with some more sources to see that, but the Culture Nerd said that, he's been pitching stories. It's possible he's been pitching something to Warner Brothers. Of course, he has ideas for the character, and maybe Warner Brothers is interested, especially now that the Snyder Cut has come out and dominoes are starting to fall. But let's stick to the official reporting from the trades, right? And what we know is that he is going to, they're offering him to at least appear and cameo in some movies. So I'm going to give you 3 movies right now: Flashpoint, Black Adam, Aquaman 2, and let's throw in Shazam 2. So 4 movies. Of these 4 movies, where do you feel Henry Cavill Superman could fit best in?
I feel like he would fit best in Black Adam, of course. Unless it's like in the past. But, any cameo of Superman would be amazing. Not like Shazam Headless Superman cameo. You get some real cameos. But even a solo movie would be incredible. We're all optimistic about that. We all want Superman back, so we'll see how it goes.
Right. And Zion, I'm gonna toss one back to you again, get you back in this conversation. When it comes to the next director to direct Superman, because we know J.J. Abrams was at least offered the role on the table. It was on the table when he signed that huge $500 million contract with Warner Media. Superman was one of the people discussed during that meeting that, do you want this character to take it? As of right now, he has not taken that, right? I don't know if he wants to take a reboot or something like that, but there are many directors. Bayona wanted it. Someone else wanted it. A few people, a lot of people throwing their hats in the ring. In your mind, especially now we know the guys like Matt Reeves are pulling crazy stuff with Batman. Who do you want to see kind of take a crack at Superman with Henry Cavill?
Well, yeah, like you said, J.J. Abrams obviously like the safest choice, I guess. But I did have faith in him to do Superman, but after seeing how he handled Star Wars, I'm kind of iffy on him. I think just in terms of the chemistry with Henry Cavill, I think Christopher McQuarrie is the best guy. He can handle action scenes very well, which is obviously very important for the Superman, following that type of action that Zack Snyder provided for the Superman. You don't want it to return to a Superman Returns level type thing where he's not doing anything physically. So just in terms of the chemistry he has with Henry Cavill, he worked on Mission Impossible. I think he'd be a great person to really jump into that and try his hand in the Superman role and directing Henry Cavill in that position.
Yeah, he'll never do it, but a guy like Dennis, who's coming off of Dune, guy like him doing it. He did Blade Runner. He's doing Dune. I wouldn't think him doing Superman would be crazy. And he did say he had an idea for Batman at least at one point, but it was too dark for Warner Brothers to consider at the time. So he's someone I would be very interested in seeing how he takes a crack at it. And of course, if Zach wanted to do it, it'd be interesting as well. But I do think if Zach had a choice, he'd be going for continuing his 5-movie arc rather than doing something new with Superman alone. So I'm gonna close this whole discussion with kind of my own thoughts on everything, right? And I think Superman as a character, he needs to have a solo movie sooner rather than later. I think now's the time to capitalize on it. I think the audience needs it. I think the audience wants it, right? I think during this whole pandemic, where there's been some time for people to restructure, reorganize, hire some people, work on scripts, I think Henry Cavill, if the report from TCN is true, he has been pitching something to Warner Brothers. And if he's pitching some films, we know Henry Cavill's talked about a lot of movies, a lot of books that he found inspiration in, like Superman for Tomorrow and other stories. And I think these are stories that are very interesting to capitalize in a film, right? And it's all about finding the right writer, finding the right director. I think personally, I would still give J.J. Abrams a chance. I think J.J. and Henry Cavill, whatever interesting kind of back and forth, especially if he gets a star writer alongside him, I think that will be the way to go. I don't know if it's Chris Terrio is going to do it again, but getting anyone would be interesting. But overall, if you guys want to know what we are hearing, like official from comic book debate sources on this, from my own sources, is that I would take it with a grain of salt that he's already signed something, but I do think positive things are on the way because he has been in deep negotiations. All four of us know this. He's been in deep negotiations alongside Danny Garcia, alongside his entire brass with Warner Brothers to come back as Superman. And his thing is that I don't want to come back just as a cameo in Shazam 2 to help out Zachary Levi's character. I don't want to do just that. I want to be given the time, the effort, the script to be Superman at the highest level, right? And I think we all want that. The audience wants that. Hashtag Henry Cavill Superman trended multiple times this over the course of 2020. So I think Warner Brothers sees that. And if they're getting Ben Affleck back for even a small cameo, Henry Cavill, they can get him back for a full movie. So I'm optimistic only because I know they've been in negotiations. And we know Danny Garcia just recently shared on Instagram a photo on her story of Superman kind of flying out of the clouds by BossLogic. And the caption that BossLogic gave was that, he has never, left the cape, or I think something like that along those lines. So I think, and we know BossLogic is very connected to The Rock. The Rock is very connected to Garcia. Garcia is connected to Henry Cavill. This is all related, so I think it's worth thinking about. It's kind of a confirmation in some ways, but in other ways, it's just to show that good things are on the way, and I think we're all down for that. Question is, what do you want to see from Henry Cavill Superman? Are there any stories that you would like to think he'd work best in, or some directors in mind that you'd want to see him perform under? Let us know in the comments below and join the debate. From myself, from Zayan, from Umar, and from Samir, we're the Farooqi brothers, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.